Now we are going to differentiate colloids on the basis of types of colloidal particles. This kind of differentiation is actually very important because here we will be considering the diameter of the particles. As we all know that colloidal particles have the size or you can say a particle size ranging from the diameter 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. Right, that means their size or their diameter lie in this given range, that is between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. Right. So now we will be classifying the colloids depending upon the the types of the colloidal particles, because every particle which we get to see is not an individual particle, or you can say that individual particle size lie within this range. We get to see different kind of exceptions that we are going to discuss in this thing. So we classify into three categories. One is multimolecular, other is macromolecular, and third is associated colloids. This is a special case actually. This associated colloids is a special case. So first we will discuss the multimolecular. Multi means, what do we mean by multi? Multi means many. Right. So what happens in this case, many you can say particles get cling to each other in order to form a single colloidal particle. See, I will just make a figure for you. Suppose this is my container, this is my dispersion medium, right, and here I get to see colloidal particles. Colloidal particles are not present as such like this, right. What happens? They are actually present, n number of particles just get cling to each other forming a single colloidal particle. And you know that when they just cling to each other in such a way, their size actually lie within the range of the colloidal range, that is the diameter 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So that means here the colloidal particles lie in that range only when they just get cling to each other. So that means n number of particles just aggregate, or you can say just cling to each other in order to form a one colloidal particle. So in this case, this is one colloidal particle, this is one colloidal particle, this is one colloidal particle, right. And how they are formed actually? They are formed by n number of particles. They are formed by n number of particles. They just aggregate with each other in order to form the this colloidal particle with the size ranging between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. And you know that like in this case, like I have an example for example as gold sol. In gold sol we get to see a the multimolecular concept. In this, many gold atoms just cling to each other in order to you can form a one colloidal particle. So this is something called as multimolecular. Multi means n, means many type of molecule, many type of particles just cling to form a one colloidal particle. Keep in mind one thing, see the particles are not a colloid. What is a colloid actually? Colloid includes the particle plus the dispersion medium. They together form the colloid. So don't get confused that as I am using the word that they cling to each other to form one colloidal particle. So don't keep in mind that only the particles are colloid. No, it's not that. Particle with the medium, they both form the colloidal solution. That means both are the phases of the colloid. Both just unite to form a single colloid. So this is what we get to see, the multimolecular colloid. Now in macromolecular, what happens? In macromolecular, the molecule size, macro means big enough. What do we mean by macro? That means big. So in this what happens? In this what we get to see, I will make a figure first. This is my dispersion medium and these are my macromolecules. So it is not an aggregation actually, you get to see in the figure that it is not an aggregation, but what is it actually? It is a single molecule having a size lying between a range of 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. That means they have a particle with this enough size that fulfill the condition of being a colloidal particle. So this is one colloidal particle here, this is one colloidal particle here, this is one colloidal particle here, means no aggregation. Here we needed an aggregation because the individual particle size do not fall in this range, but when they aggregate to each other they fall in this category, right. But in contrast to that, we have in this a single particle fall in the range of 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So that means no aggregation is required in such a case. So that means a single molecule is acting as a colloidal particle. So this is what we have is a macromolecular colloid. Third, as I was telling you that we have a special case, that is the associated colloids. It is a special case of the colloidal particle actually. See, what happens? These associated colloids actually consist of, you can say their shape is like this, like tadpole like, right. So what do they have? They have the hydrophilic part, or you can say they have the lyophilic part, and they have the lyophobic. One thing I want to make you clear, that as we discussed, that depending upon the interaction we classified colloids into lyophilic and lyophobic, I told you. But when the dispersion medium is water, you can transform these words into hydrophilic and hydrophobic. It doesn't make a difference, just the difference is that in a lyophobic or lyophilic, the dispersion medium can be anything. But when we know that the dispersion medium is water, we can transform those terms into hydrophilic and hydrophobic. Right. So if we talk about this associated colloids, they consist of hydrophilic part and they consist of either you say lyophilic and lyophobic, or either you use the hydrophobic or hydrophilic, one and the same thing. So I'll just write that they have the water loving part and they have water repelling part. Water repelling part is called as lyophobic or hydrophobic. When I am generally talking about the water, it is called as hydrophobic, but when I am talking about any dispersion medium, it means the lyophobic. And this, the head portion is lyophilic, or if it is water, the dispersion medium, then it is called as hydrophilic. So this is what. So what happens, like we have a water or you can say we have any dispersion medium. So initially when we add these particles into it, they get arranged in water like this, right. So how they are arranged, I'll just draw their head with the different color. Let us say blue, because as they are hydrophilic, that means they are water loving. So I just want to show you that which part which is loving water is towards water or not. So what you can see here, that the water loving part is towards the water and water repelling part is away from the water. This is what you get to see here, right. So that means they are behaving as an electrolyte. They are behaving as a electrolyte because we can see the particles, right. But when you increase the concentration, let us make with different color. Right. So when we just increase their concentration, then what happens, their arrangement somehow gets changed. So how they are arranged now, they are arranged in such a way, they get aggregated, or you can say they get associated like this. They get associated in such a way, I'll just make the heads with blue first, then I'll explain you that how and why they have arranged themselves in such a manner. Right. So they arrange themselves in such a way, that means the water loving part towards the water, or you can say the medium loving part towards the medium, and the repelling part towards each other. So that means here what we get to see, that the hydrophilic part is towards water and all hydrophobic part are facing towards each other. And likewise when they are arranged with each other, this kind of arrangement, aggregation, is called as missile. This kind of aggregation is called as something missile. So what happens when they get aggregate with each other, and you should know that when they get aggregated, obviously they get aggregated when you increase the concentration, of particles in the medium. So when you increase the concentration of particles in the medium, they somehow get aggregated in such a way that they form missile. What is missile? It is an arrangement, or it is an aggregation of particles in such a way that the water loving part is towards water and the dirt loving part is, they are just facing each other. So what happened? This missile now, that means this aggregation of molecules, the size of this molecule now lies in the range of colloidal particles, that is the diameter ranging from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So this is what is missile. So they are associated colloids. Like when we talk about, when we are talking about when their concentration is low, they behave as an electrolyte. But when we increase their concentration, they just aggregate in order to form missile, and that missile has a size that lie between the range of the colloidal particles, that is between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. And now it behave as a colloid. Now see, I told you that they are an electrolyte when we add into water. So there is a specific temperature, you can say, when they get converted into this missile. and the temperature at which these particles, initially behaving as an electrolyte, convert into a missile, that temperature is called as Tk. What is Tk? It is Kraft's temperature. It is Kraft's temperature. So if somebody is going to ask you about Kraft temperature, just say like that it is a temperature at which the electrolyte just transforms into a colloid or a missile because the concentration is being increased. And you know that the concentration which is actually needed in order to convert into missile, that is called as CMC. That is called as CMC. That means the critical missile concentration. This is called as critical missile concentration. So that means for the conversion of electrolyte into missile, we need two things. There should be a Kraft temperature, that means a specific temperature at which the conversion take place. And second, there should be a minimum concentration, that means the critical concentration, like at that concentration only the missile is going to form, otherwise below that concentration we won't be seeing any missile, no colloid, nothing, just an electrolyte. Right. So this is what two factors, important factors we have here. One is Tk, that is the Kraft's temperature. Other is CMC, that is the critical, the critical missile concentration. So here we have, I have already discussed now that like on the basis of this types of colloids, we have multimolecular, in which we get to see that n number of particles just aggregate to form one colloidal particle. And the other one is the macromolecular, in which we get to see that the particles do not break into any further particles or do not get associated. A single particle acts as a colloidal particles because their size actually lie in that colloidal particle range. And associated colloid is a, you can say, a special case in which the particles are electrolyte, but at Kraft temperature and at CMC they just get to transform into missile, and the size of missile just lie in the range of the colloidal particles. So here we finish with the classification. We have already classified the colloids depending upon the three factors. One is depending upon the physical state of the dispersion phase and the dispersion medium. Second, we classified on the basis of interaction, that is lyophobic and lyophilic. I think you can easily recall when I am taking name, everything is striking your mind. And the third is that depending upon the type of the colloidal particles, that is the multimolecular, macromolecular and the associated.